Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here at the range today, doing a little bit of goofing around. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening actually. The sun is just about set over there. It's still got about 45 minutes of light left before sunset, but it's set behind the trees, so it's not shining right in our eyes over here from behind. But I really wanted to get out to the range today and do a little bit of plinking and talk a little bit more about this new Notos Gen 2. And I'm really liking this gun. It is very much an upgrade from the first one. I did like the first one a lot as well, but I highly modified that one, and I am going to leave this one as much as I can with stock parts. While I've done a couple of things to it already, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But we're going to shoot at 50 yards today, and it was doing pretty good. It was doing pretty good, so I really expect it's going to be a nice little shooter for us. Um, I am shooting the JTS 1608s. I did try some 18.1s in it. It does not seem to favor a heavier pellet, so um, I did some. So let's talk about what I've done to it so far. Not a lot. So I have my Riton 6 to 24 by 50 scope on there. Very nice scope. Very nice scope. And so I did clean the barrel. It was not very dirty. The first patch came out black as coal, but then sent two more wet patches through it, and they came out almost completely clean. And then I sent a dry patch through it, and that was clean. And what else have I done to it? So in order to clean the barrel with my patchworm, I had to take the suppressor baffles out, which is pretty easy. There's just a couple of roll pins, or not roll pins, but pins with knurling on them. And I think, let's see here, you got to drive them. It wants you to drive them. So you got to drive them out from left to right. The knurling is on the right end of the pin. So, and then you just, there's a little cap there, a rubber O-ring, and then you can pull the baffle out, and then you can run your patchworm down through there, no problem, and clean without taking a chance. The crown looked pretty good on it too, but I like to use the patchworm. I made sure and turned it over. Several other air gun channels recommend having the gun upside down so you don't run the risk of getting your solvent down into the valve. That can screw up things down in there. So that's a little tip for you guys. And the only other thing I did measure the trigger. And in my first video with this, I did say it wasn't a horrible trigger, and it really wasn't a horrible trigger, but it was measuring right around 4 pounds. And it did feel a little squishy. Wasn't a great trigger, but it wasn't a horrible trigger. But I did take it apart and did do a little bit of tinkering with that. I actually so there's 3 or 4 different bearing surfaces where the trigger touches the sear, and then the sear touches the hammer, and I polished up all of those bearing surfaces with started with 2,000, went to 3,000, 5,000, all the way up to 10,000 grit, polished those to a mirror polish finish. And then I also, so the actual sear engagement grub screw was so short in there that it didn't even do anything. I changed that one out. It was about a 3 millimeter. I put a 4 millimeter. It was a 3, so it was a 3 by 3, 3 point. It was a 4 millimeter long, 3 millimeter wide grub screw. The other one was, I think, less than 3 millimeters because it was even shorter than the 3 millimeters in my grub screw kit. And I actually polished the tip of that because that actually pushes up against the sear to actually trip the hammer. And I did change the spring out. I think I could actually go to an even lighter spring. And it made a world of difference in the feel of the trigger, but it only brought it down to right about a 3-pound trigger. Still not horrible for a woodwalking gun. I think 3 pounds is a pretty cool trigger, but it feels so much better now. So that's pretty much it. It's still basically the same as you saw besides that. So let's go ahead. I have the 16, the mag already loaded up with 15 of the 16.08s. I did bring out a tin of the Crosman Premier Hollow Points. We might throw a few of those in there just to kind of play around and see how it did. But let's go ahead and start this off right. For starters, we've got the gong out there at 50 yards. I can tell you, I was shooting my Benjamin Marauder, which has a 10-ounce trigger, and switching from that to this is a big difference. Makes a big difference. All right, so let's go to this. Let's go to the splatter burst. I'm gonna go to right to the center. I was shooting a little high when I zeroed it in, so. Almost the same hole. Mosquitoes are coming out. Same hole. That's pretty awesome for 50 yards. I'll spin you guys around before we're done. Remind me. That's 3 shots. That one went off to the right just a smidge. That's 4 shots. And that's 5 shots. That's a good looking group for this little guy. All right, so I have 4 of my steel silhouettes set up down there. A lot of traffic on the road today. All right, so let's hit the ram first. Let's do a headshot with him. I got a hit right there just below his ear. Ooh. I am not sure where that missed to. I wonder if it went right through the hole. I'm going to aim for mid-body there. There he is. Yeah, it went a little high. So let me see. Let me take a couple clicks down here before we continue. There we go. All right. Let's get the turkey. I hit right where I was aiming. All right. Now the pig, there's actually a dot right mid-body on him. Chicken, no problem. So Troy did say he's seeing about 48 regulated shots with this from a full fill. So that's pretty good. I never had shot it from a full fill yet, so I hadn't had a chance to really try that out. Let me see if I can knock that ram down now. Ooh. He is leaned right up against that backer board, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him or not. See if a butt shot will get him. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, I've got 2 more shots of the, and I'm going to do a magazine of the Crossmans just to see. Let's take these to the gong. Pating. Oh, the other thing I did, I forgot, was I actually ran this across my crony back in the garage, and with these 16.8s, the most I could get out of it is 780 feet per second. So to be shooting a group like that without being in that, what people like to say, that 890 feet per second sweet spot at 50 yards, I say that's pretty darn good. I may, that one fell right through. These are definitely 22 caliber hollow points here, but I haven't tried these in this yet, so I don't know what it's going to do. But this gun definitely seems to be favoring lighter pellets, so I thought I would give these a whirl. I think I might pause the camera and run down there and set those silhouettes back up just so we can have a little more fun. But so far it's a really, really nice gun. I do have to say it's a much better out-of-box experience than my first one. So my first one, right off the bat, one of the magazines was broken, and the fill adapter actually leaked, or actually was leaking up by the gauge. So I would put air in it, and within an hour it would completely bleed out. You couldn't even hear it, but I actually put some soapy water on it, and that's where I figured out. But so because of those 2 things, I had bought that one through Amazon, and I put in a return claim, and they basically said it was a non-returnable item, and they just refunded my money. So I ended up fixing it, and then doing everything you guys have seen me do to it. But let me go reset those silhouettes, and we'll see what it'll do with these 14.3s. Stand by. Alrighty, I am back. Got my 15 round magazine loaded up. Troy from Big Air Precision has mailed me a couple of magazines, magazines for this guy and magazines for the Benjamin Marauder. So we're gonna get a chance to try those out. He always does a good job, but let's go ahead and let's ring the gong. Got to start off right here, right? It's a minute of gong anyway. All right, let's see. I suspect these will hit a little higher. Let's go to 6 o'clock. It's trending off to the right here. It seems like the last few shots. All right, doesn't look like it's going to be a snazzy little one-hole group. But it's minute a squirrel. Nothing to write home about, but not terrible for 50 yards. Let's go ahead and so that was 6 shots. Let's go ahead and Go through our, let me see here. Let's hit the pig. Tink. As long as they're a minute of silhouette, that's all that really matters. Turkey. Got him. Have an opportunity for a second shot on that one. All right, the ram. Oh, I just hit him at the top of his back. I saw where that hit. All right. Chicken's going to be a tough one. Or not. All right. So that was so that's 10 shots. I got 5 more shots. Let's see if we can knock that ram over. Oh yeah. See if we can get another hit on the turkey. Got him. He's wedged in. He's wedged in between the backer board and the railroad tie there. Pretty good though. All right, let's. I'm going to aim right for his foot. Ooh, hit a little low. How are we doing on air here? All right, we are below 2,000. So even I got it maxed out on the velocity, so we're using air up pretty good quick here. So, but let's ring the gong. And again. That was the last one. So I really like this new Notos. Is definitely, you know, they didn't just throw a little fluff at it. They actually made some genuine improvements, I think. This barrel is, I believe, a lot more accurate than the original one. I'm not sure why it would only come up to 780, but maybe that's more than it really needs to be. We'll try doing some other tunes on it. But that was 30 shots, pretty steady shooting, 30 shots. I don't think it likes those 14.3s, but I don't have any problems with JTSs in just about any gun that I have, so that is pretty cool. That trigger feels so much better. It's a good sport trigger. It's not a match grade trigger, but it is a good, really nice feeling sport weight trigger now. Be a great trigger to walk around the woods with, and can't argue with that kind of accuracy. I told you I was going to spin you around and let you see the range here, just to verify that I am shooting or I'm say I'm shooting. So so this berm right here is where is the 25 yard, and then back here behind it is you can see my splatter bursts on there and the orange gong hanging up there and everything. And then the ones way out here are actually 100 meters. We do have some that are a little bit closer that are 100 yards, but there you go. But anyway, there you go. That is the Notos Gen 2 G2. Very cool little rifle. Like I said, I'm going to keep this one stock. If I ever do decide to do a modified Gen 2, I'm going to buy another one and modify that one. That was really my intention with the other one, was to buy a stock one and have a stock one and the modified one to do comparisons with. I just never got around to it, and then they came out with the Gen 2. So I may pick up a Gen 1 while they're still available, a new stock one. They still had some in stock at Pyramid Air. So anyway, enough talking. Good shooting gun. I would highly recommend looking at it if you're looking for a little plinker like this. Till next time, have a great day.